What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 7 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Mother Ostankya Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Kislev, as we have confederated the Ice Court and acquired their territory, as well as Serena Katrin, and defeated Mr. Azag the Slaughterer here at Karakungor, taking it back after, and I'm still salty about it, after Serena Katrin got punted out of the settlement. Bit unfortunate, but I believe that was Azag's only army, judging by the fact that he wants peace and the balance of power looks like nothing, meaning we should be able to take Kazidir, Kolaz, and, depending, if we don't send Ostankya down south through Skalak, we could probably have this be something that Serena Katrin can get up to, because I'm thinking that sooner rather than later Mother Ostankya will unlock the hex that allows her to teleport to magical forests, which means, well, the whole world is her forest. We could teleport down to the spirits of Shanlin and Cathay. We could go to the Orion's camp. There's a lot of places with magical forests that we could go. There's also maybe trying to either save or take control of some portion of the Empire, as we could go to Lorelorn Forest and see what we've got going on with Festus here. Probably the Empire's not doing so good. At least everything north of the River Reich appears to be chaos corrupted, so everything's been destroyed there. And I see that Vlad has done pretty decently for himself as well, having taken Averheim. Not Solent by the looks of it, but yeah, all pushed all the way through to Flensburg here, so he's right on the footsteps of Altdorf itself. And yeah. Empire's in trouble without us. Anyway, not that we care so much, but we shall see. There might be some fun stuff to fight down there. Maybe even take Marienburg, as... What the heck happened here? I vaguely remember noticing this last episode, and I don't know how this occurred, but Nordland for some reason has Marienburg. I guess it got taken by Norskins and then retaken. Anyway, I digress. That's all in the future. For now, let's get going with whatever it is we have to be doing this turn, which... I think is nothing. Everybody seems to have moved, so I'm just gonna end the turn and hope, just hope for the best, because who knows. Alrighty, and Ostankya is still going to proceed northward, at least for now, or northeast, as we need to wipe out the forces of chaos, specifically Archaon's faction, for good, or else we'll just have to keep dealing with him forever. Although as soon as she heals up, Imperial Wardens confederated with the northern provinces, meaning less trade action for us, which is a bit unfortunate right now. Wintertooth destroyed, damn. Masters of Innovation not doing too bad for themselves. Annoying that they still refuse to ally with us, but not doing too bad for themselves. We could get the alliance going by getting the Ecstatic Legion war going, but we know what'll happen there. The Orthodoxy will... proceed not to fight them, presumably, and I'll just ignore them. Anyway, ready for duty, Pyotr Kapravlov. I don't remember who that is. Iron Riverstone is complete, and ooh, wait a moment. I just want to double check here. Grow your forces. Ooh, hell, whoa, wait. The curse marks, the curses, the hexes, they all have a quest battle? Oh, I didn't know that. Why did nobody tell me this? If I could known about that, I would have really booked it towards these a lot faster than I have been. Okay, well that changes things. We're gonna give this a read, and we're gonna maybe try to jump into this battle shortly. I don't know if we can right now, or should right now, considering we don't know how much enemies we'll run into, and we do still have to move towards the Writhing Fortress. On the other hand... maybe we should. Anyway, I'll think about this. For now, let's give us a read. Something burrows deep beneath the earth, reeking of sinister corruption. An underway, perhaps, infested with filthy vermin. Whatever the cause, its rot has withered the land, with every ounce of its power emanating from a single point of infection. Such power could be used in the creation of a new hex, one that could entrap such vile trespassers before they ever have a chance to plant their virulent seeds of corruption. Seek out the source of this cancerous blight. The essence of whatever lies at the heart of this scourge must be harvested. I like that it must be harvested rather than destroyed. And we get some casualty punishment rate for all armies, which actually would help Mother Ostankya out right now. Alright, we'll take a look at that in a second. War Banner. Looks like this little army has landed at Frozen Landing, but that's why we didn't delete this army, which was going to be deleted earlier, so that works out reasonably well for us. We've got Feral bears and ice bears on the way as well. One more turn. You, Vanguard, I believe we're going to go to Boris. So you're going to go here. And we need to keep an eye on these guys. And in fact, maybe we want to keep milling through them until we get a tough one. Weapon Master, reload and missile strength. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, let's just grab you and then delete you and just keep milling until we get something better. Also, yeah, keep building this. We need the growth, though. Yeah, 4,000 gold per turn. It's starting to get pretty iffy. We do need more Frost Maiden capacity as well, though I'm a little bit concerned about the sheer amount of Ice Quartz support that gives us, because we're getting a lot right now, and it's starting to get a little concerning. We need more Orthodoxy buildings. Let's put the growth thing here as well. Anyway, Konstantin Bukowski, I guess you're moving this way. Just move past Fort Jakova. I don't think this guy's going to attack, and even if it does, you're right beside it. While Serena Katrin can start moving towards Kazidirkulas. Like so, I guess you should probably go into an camp stance and get as close to it as possible, and I'm just going to assume that we can reach it. Alright, I don't see Ongrim, so we should be able to occupy it ourselves. Lovely. Oh, not healing as much that way, but it is what it is. Diplomacy. Let's check you real quick. What do we have here? Nordland really wants a non-aggression pact. How much money are they willing to give us for this? 2.4k for it. You know what, even if they die, it's still 2.4k, why not? I'm gonna say no on the defensive alliance for now, but we'll see. Same with the trade agreement with Karakadrin, because Draika doesn't like them. I would like more friendliness with the Great Orthodoxy and stuff. But not ready for a military alliance. If we could get a military alliance with the Great Orthodoxy, we might be able to... Oh, never mind. 69.4? Never mind. I was thinking maybe get them into some wars and then confederate them, but that's not going to happen. Which is that. Let's get a few more things here, shall we? Let's get Fragmenti and the Whiff of Madness versus... let's get another Agony Succession. Wait, we can get 2 Agony Succession? Why not get 2 Agony Succession? This one seems pretty spammable. And this one is Speed, Strider, and Devastating Flanker. I don't really care for it, but we might as well get it because, well, just gotta start spending the Spirit Essence now. No choice in the matter. And actually, speaking of Spirit Essence, if we do this quest, we'll get the, I assume it's this one, Claws of Paralysis thing unlocked. Though we are starting to move towards that additional construction reduction, which is also nice. Anyway, Borden Ribkin, you're supposed to land here and heal up to some degree. Plus, we are looking to get more Streltsy and then those war sleds, light war sleds, in your army. Stepan Volkov. Do we need to fight? Ooh, we got Severed Claw. Oh, we got some good stuff here. Blue Scribe, Severed Claw, yeah, alright, no, we're fighting that. I was expecting this to be a trash army, but it is very much not. Now let's do it.
Destroy these fools.
And destroy these fools indeed, my friend, until you yourself are destroyed because you are going to be deleted as an army. Oh, just realized something. If we do it like this, then we'll have to wait for our reinforcements. I don't care. Valiant defeat casualties high. Certainly the enemy has higher quality troops than we do. All basic troops, no veterancy, Kossars, and Kislevite warriors and such. But I think it should be sufficient. This is the AI, after all. I'm almost tempted to put something on the Severed Claw as a hex, but I think we could deal with that. Giant piles of Kossars are not to be underestimated. Go. Alrighty, here we go. Giant pile of Slaneshi, a few decent units interspersed among them, including 3 regiments of renown, the Severed Claw, and the Princes of Perfection, and the Hounds of the Blood Hunt. Still kind of weird seeing the Severed Claw so constantly, but, well, the nature of fighting the AI is it gets to build those units for cheap. Anyway, we're going to fight, not quite in the corner, but somewhat close to the corner. The simple reason is just because we have our reinforcements coming in here and we got to be close to them because the enemy is heading towards us and that's where we want to fight. The other reason is that we got this hill. Now we're not going to back up all the way to the edge of the map because I don't like to do that, but this is basically the only good location we have and we're just going to get rather close enough that, or just close enough that I still am comfortable with it. Anyway, our reinforcements are on the field. We're going to send our Kislev dervishes to the back line to charge in through our units in case the enemy fast movers either break through our lines, in case the Furies touch down upon our ranged Kossars, or anything of that nature. We'll see if it works out. Otherwise, it looks like the enemy Lord will lead the charge, and real quick, I might add, dodging many arrows and taking only slight damage as she makes her way forward to, by the looks of it, go after our Patriarch. Fortunately, our Lord was waiting for that and will start a little bit of a duel and even drop a Death Frost upgraded upon said enemy Lord. Giant pile of, well, just generally all the Slaneshi moving forward towards us, but fortunately they are vulnerable to missile fire. They may be physically resistant, but what they don't have is a lot of armor on them, by which I mean the Demonettes. With 10 armor, the piles of Kossars are still going to be quite threatening to them. Furies touch down, but it looks like the center line is actually going to be the easier portion of this particular battle. The blue scribes are supporting it, but it looks like the enemy has hit our flanks really hard instead. 2 units of devoted Marauder Spears of Slaanesh, 2 units of Plague Toads, which, well, not as threatening in vanilla as they are in SFO, and more Demonettes, and then a giant pile of units over on the left flank as well. Holding, but here pretty desperately, as our Kislevite warriors are down to about half HP, and I imagine this unit of Kossars won't last too long against the Princes of Perfection, or Regiment of Renown either. They may be spear wielders, but they're better spear wielders than our basic unit of unleveled Kossars, especially with 40-45 stats. That said, it is nice to see all these demons working together. But anyway, that said, we still have a lot of range, firepower, and for every Kossar and Kislevite warrior that goes down, they have to go through several more to get to our back lines. And even then, the Kossars are still hybrid units, so they'll all be firing away. The right flank is doing a little bit better than the left, as our focus fire of the Plague Toads is doing decently well, and they have been unable to take advantage of their mass and break through. Partly by virtue of the fact that we did send in our Kossovite dervishes. As you can see, they're a little bit damaged in as the Toads charged and prevent them from breaking through, and now they're stuck on the target of the Kislevite warriors. Looks like the enemy right flank is broken, but some more units have arrived in the center in the form of 2 units of Plague Bearers who are helping out the Slaneshi Marauders and attempting to move through our Kislevite warriors towards the Kossars in the background. Still, the arrow rain continues to fall, and we do still have plenty of arrows and damage where that came from. Good job to the Kislevite warriors here. Alright, and they're still holding off. The enemy left flank is still where the fighting is thickest, at least in part because the Severed Claw are leading, and, well, there isn't really anything we can do about the Severed Claw here. The piles of units may be, or the piles of Kossars may be dangerous to all the rest of the units, but not so dangerous to the Severed Claw. Unfortunately for them, as what tends to happen with this unit is that the rest of the enemy army will shatter, and the Severed Claw will essentially run away with full HP. Glad that they don't have anything that gives them unbreakable here, because that would have been not so great for us. But otherwise, the battle is ours, and we're going to try our best to chase the Severed Claw down with all of our single entities and most of our range units hitting them as well. Another failure for the Demon Prince. Alright, very nice fight. Did we manage to steal an item? Did we find this Ogre Blade, or did we steal it? I don't know. Would have... well, actually, they don't... Yeah, just found it. Yeah, don't... These aren't great. So it doesn't matter over much. Anyway, nice fight. We were forced to essentially ignore the Severed Claw, but that's pretty much always the case, and we got plenty of money out of it, and we don't really care about the healing, because this army is one that we were fully going to delete as soon as we no longer needed the troops, so we will just take the cash there. Alright, and the enemy army is fully destroyed. I expect the second army will land there as well, but, well, good luck to them. Stepan Volkov, you can sit here, and hold on to the Ogre Blade for now, I guess. Don't bother with that Kislevite Kossar, you certainly don't need it. Gotta make sure not to lose this Frost Witch, however, or Ice Witch, because Frost Maid, whatever, because she's great with that double upkeep reduction. So definitely want to keep her around. Otherwise, Mother Ostankya still ready to go. Ataman Yevgeny Dmitriev, who has now recruited 2 more things in the woods for Mother Ostankya, and I think we'll just march stance up here. I mean, yeah, just march stance. Go for it. It's a little bit of attrition, but it's not enough for us to be concerned with. Ataman is going to go to Introspect. You're good. And I assume this guy stopped moving? Yes. Alright, any more Atamans level up? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, who are you again? Alright, that's the guy that just fought. Well, he's new, so it's gonna be a while until I remember that name, or it might not be because we'll delete him before I do. Anyway, Boris, you don't really need to heal, you don't need any other troops at this current time, so we're just going to continue advancing you to the Monolith of Festerlung, which by the looks of it we'll be able to hit next turn. Alright, and battles fought against Chaos 20, battles fought against Chaos 20. Okay, so those seem relatively even, at least for now, though it looks like the Ace Court will once again overtake the Orthodoxy. Not much we can do about it. Somebody also suggested that we change the Ice Guard or Tsar Guard in Boris's army to the Great Weapon variety, and I kind of like that idea. That'll work. I was intending to get a couple of shielded Tsar Guard in Serena Katrin's army, but not as many, maybe just like 2. Just because it bothers me that the Golden Knight buffs them, but we would otherwise get no use for them. So, yeah. Plus, with Boris being specialized against Chaos and all that, well, they got a lot of heavy armor and those great weapons. She'll cleave it in twain and all that. Anyway, let's see whatever else we got to do this particular turn, other than potentially move Ostankya. Nothing. Alright, let's do building. We clearly need it. And, ooh, yes, Kirik Vlag, looking good. Stonemason's Workshop, definitely trade quorum, and what next? I guess we just go straight for another farmstead. We could go for another Orthodoxy building. I'm really starting to get concerned, though. The farmstead would be cheap and quick to build. We could go for the double Patriarch capacity and the Orthodoxy Oubliette. We would still have room for eventually 1-2 Hallowed Feast, and then 3-4. One will be the Smithery for income from all buildings, and then the other will be either the Haunted Forest or the Grand Ursalas for the bundles and stuff. Though unlike SFO, we don't really need it super much because we don't get various benefits from it like capacities. So yeah, you know what, let's start with the Orthodoxy building. I think we gotta, even though this reduces the upkeep for Ice Guard, so if we were to spam these everywhere, that would be fantastic, but I fear that we cannot right now. We just need way more Orthodox capacity. Granted, we'll be getting a lot of it out of the Chaos Wastes, because we gotta build a bunch of buildings there that provide us with the devotion, so that's certainly an option. Anyway, let's keep building. No, Pillar of Skulls will prioritize you. Let's go for Stud Farm here. Let's go for Market, and let's go for another one of these farmsteads. Southern Oblast. Oh, gotta be careful not to bankrupt ourselves. Definitely upgrade all of the markets while you're here. Did I move you this turn? Yes. And upgrade the farmstead as well, or Stud Farm. And yeah, I get it. We'll make some money. I was going to upgrade this one to get another Ice Witch capacity, but frankly, it's just going to give us more, it's going to give us more Ice Court, and that's not so great right now. So we'll ignore it. Monolith of Bubonicus, we will do a Gospoda here for the additional devotion, and I guess the growth. I know this provides additional Orthodoxy stuff, and oh, it was the choice between that or leveling the Orthodoxy building. How expensive are these? $890 and Roadhouse is only $445. Actually, you know what? We might not be able to make that much money from fighting. In fact, we need to fight right now or make some kind of money. Meaning, Ostankya, I guess we gotta go. Let's level you, Talika Koshka. Guess we could get Pounds, Impenetrable Pelt, or Amber Spirit. It doesn't really matter over much because we don't have enough. Well, we do want to be casting. Anyway, Crown of Claws or Gotrek and Felix. I was going to put Gotrek and Felix in a specific army, specifically our melee army, together with Ulrika potentially, though I guess she does have range attacks, but you know, they're not very good, so we could just pretend that she doesn't. What does she have in terms of auras? I don't think she has any auras, does she? A lesser hunger, that's fine. Horseback prodigy, missile damage, who cares? You'll never achieve anything with it anyway. The spell mastery is really nice, and each kill made by this unit in particular, so she has to pop off spells to buff herself up. But otherwise, yeah, no real reason to build her out to be a ranged lord. In fact, other than, well, he does get a big bunch of range. I guess she could snipe a little, but she has plenty of melee buffs as well, so we don't have to be super concerned about that. Anyway, what was I saying or getting at? Ostankya. Yeah, I went to the wrong thing. Cummins Curse Mark. We're gonna do this battle. I can't believe they're quest battles. I'm so happy now. Teleport. And yes. Am I forgetting anything about this? I hope not. We're about to find out. Alright. Most all Spiderling is damaged. We've got a bunch of rats. Go figure. The poison and mortars and plague claw catapults might be of some concern, but otherwise I'm sure we'll be fine. Go.
We warned you, the daughters and I. We told you what was coming. Now it is here. And another of Kislev's foes must be destroyed.
Alrighty, here we go. Like in Ostankya with her four hag daughters now, as well, together they actually do pretty darn solid range damage with those multi-projectile shots that they've got going. But anyway, ooh, maybe if we give one of them the Executioner's Axe, we could apply that as well, because that'll be the curse from Ostankya plus the poison from one of the other hags, and then armor sundering. Maybe if we could get a frostbite on somebody too. These five could be really nasty with the debuffs together. See how many we can stack. But anyway, I am not familiar with these curse battles. I've never done one before, but what I can see here is that this army here has the poison wind mortars and the plague claw catapults, and the one all the way back there has merely plague monks and such. So we're going to go after the range units, charge on through with the spiders, summon the forbidden fens, unless I'm mistaken the ability is name, and just to drop the enemy's speed and move towards them. Unfortunately for us, the Skaven were not the only thing that we are encountering here, as an enemy Exalted Great Unclean One has made its way onto the battlefield. We're going to pop a Spirit Leech on it immediately, but that's certainly not going to be enough to bring it down anywhere near. Fortunately, here comes the anti-large prowess of the Incarnate Elemental, which, oh, nice knockdown. That was beautiful. And right on the charge as well. And with it, the Mordheim Beowulfs, another blob of spiders, and somewhere in the midst of all this, the Golden Knight as well. Must feel pretty weird for the Golden Knight to be fighting amongst all these, amongst the Beowulfs and the spiders of Ostankya, but all good. Enemy main lord, as in the non-demonic lord here, the Grey Seer, is down to pretty low HP, as we've been attacking it with Mother Ostankya's hags. The spiders have, by the looks of it, cleared out the rats and are now looking to start clearing out the plague bearers, and the other units are still well on the way. There are 2 plague monk sensor bearers and 2 more plague monks here, which could be devastating if they hit us in the back. But the enemy army is in trouble at this point, and I'd wager a lot of it will be destroyed by the time they get there. Another nice hit from our Incarnate Elemental. It looks like our hags are firing off shots into the Exalted Great Unclean One, and by the looks of it, it was unable to continue. And by the looks of it as well, the banishment of the Exalted Great Unclean One that led the enemy army has caused the routing of the entire enemy force, including the Skaven that were advancing. Frankly, if I had known that that would happen, I might have attacked these guys first, just to get a little bit more action. But anyway, I'm excited to see the other quests. I hope that they all have battles like this, getting progressively harder as we go, and it's certainly another reason to try to keep spamming all of those curses and trinkets in order to keep getting more of these curses unlocked. . Alright, there we go. Admittedly, a pretty easy battle, but the thing is, I think that I was supposed to fight this this battle earlier, but since I wasn't really prioritizing the hexes, we kind of just didn't end up doing it at the time that it was probably supposed to have been done, so that explains that. Oh well, well, hopefully we'll unlock the next ones much faster since we'll be spamming the use of the hexes and the trinkets and all that. Anyway, basically no rewards after this, but we get a nice 9.5k, so I'm happy with that. We'll go for army replenishment, and
trespassing upon a witch's land is a dangerous game. When the daughters of the forest wail in unison, they sear onto the flesh of interlopers a sinister mark that turns the very magic of the world against them. The Coven's curse mark ensures one thing for its target: despair.
nice. I couldn't interrupt that, but Slaneshi giggle. Anyway, Frost run for Serena Katrin. Oh, Mother Ostankya pushed some of that XP to Katrin and, well, I guess everybody else. Let's keep upgrading mentors since, once again, we're going to be getting a lot of mileage out of this. And keep going through Reassuring Presence. We will probably get points in Cursed Cauldron and Malediction of Madness, but I would still rather have Quartermaster and Renowned and Feared if we can manage it. Not that the spiders are very expensive, but the thing in the woods and the other incarnate elementals of beasts certainly will be, and Ostankya herself is not cheap. 404. Wait. Huh. I thought the legendary lords were free. Is that an SFO thing? It's an SFO thing. Anyway, casualty punishment rate for everybody is nice. We'll pop you into encamp stance and then start heading this way. I assume we will still have enough replenishment to heal to full by the time we get to the Writhing Fortress. Lovely. We also have Kevin's Curse Mark is campaign movement range minus 50%, and oh right, that unlocked the Claws of Paralysis. I wonder if that counts for the amount of Spirit Essence usage or not. I hope that it does. Anyway, that gave us enough money to survive for one more turn, which is great. Certainly needed it, and I don't think we're going to bother leveling anything else, but we will check out those buildings. Southern Oblast. Okay, not those buildings. Blood Marshes. Let's get you that roadhouse that we were looking at, and might as well upgrade the Orthodoxy Chapel. Get the... Yeah. This is not looking great. Character traits 11, buildings 1 versus building 6, and character traits 11. But we have plus 10 from the Ottomans, which makes sense because we're trying to get additional capacities from them. All right, we'll get there eventually, hopefully, some way, someday. Skip, and I checked diplomacy this turn, right? I'm just going to assume that I didn't end the turn. All right, let's keep going. Trait gains supervisor for Konstantin Bukowski. Frankly, if we had backed up, we probably could have... Ungrim, what you want, bud? How about... No, or at least not right now. Oh, damn, he's moved close to... Kazid Irkulas. I'm hoping that Serena Katrin can reach it instead of Ungrim. I guess we're about to find out. Construct. Everybody's a constructor. Austin destroyed. We were trading with them, so that's not great. There's that empowered curse mark and Winds of Pain. I will never say no to. Oh, we can reach it before him. Beautiful. Warhorse, and we were going through to Iron River Stone. Like so. Serena Katrin, head to Kazid Irkulas, please.
No one.
And close victory, low casualties. Why? How could this possibly be a close victory? It's a bunch of garbage. It's just garbage. All right, I'm just gonna resolve it. Yeah, some damage. Free Trickster Shard, occupy. Alrighty, and Nomad Riding Master, you don't need that one. Keep the Trickster Shard for now, however, and let's immediately activate the Purge the Steps for the additional devotion, and immediately upgrade Kazid Irkulas as well. 4. Okay, wait. Do we have a spare Ottoman Administrator that we could give you? At least for now. We'll give it to the... No, we do not. Wait, one is on Tatiana von... I don't know who you are, or where you are. Are you one of, Wait, we only have hags in one place, so I do know where you are. Now, one Ottoman Administrator. That'll take the one turn. Beautiful. Good job, Ruinous. I'm so impressed by you. I can't believe you thought of that. I usually wouldn't have, which is why. Anyway, I guess Konstantin, please move this way. I'm so stupid. A recruiter, Zubov, you have certainly recruited up a storm, sir. And you will head out to Temple of Heimkel and then cross the water to trade all of this to where it needs to be traded. I will also double check. There's a discipline one, which ain't bad. Take the strongholder for now. I might get the disciplined one as well, but not necessarily right now. Are you? This guy landed as well. Yeah, but his army isn't as interesting as the other army is. Echold Hellbrass and Scar Bloodwrath. It looks like the Demon Prince, the Legion of Chaos, got all the heroes. They got the Blue Scribes and Echold and Scar Bloodwrath. Oh, but Archaon had Harry the Hammer, didn't he? So we got that one at least. Interesting. Anyway, I think this one should be just auto-resolvable, so we'll just do that.
Face my eyes.
This army has no chance after all. Alrighty, and frankly I don't care if anything from the other armies does, because we're not really looking to keep them. And like, oh my lord, that hurt those guys a lot. Or at least a lot more than I would have expected, but whatever, pardon the captives, take all the cash that you can and or want and or need, and hey. How dare you survive with 2 units? Go here. Kill the rest of this. Oh, actually, it's probably good that they survived slightly, because we can now, instead of taking a tiny amount of money, get the sacrifice captives and get the +5 devotion in the territory, which doesn't need it a crazy amount, but can still use it. Stepan Volkov, you're gonna be deleted soon. Yeah, I can't. Strategist kind of terrible. Campaign movement rage is great, don't get me wrong, but it's terrible because it's only 5. Another Ataman's Administrator. Nice find. Alright, I like it. Warbear for this guy, another Tax Collector, another Snowflake Pendant. Nice, another Nomad Riding Master, Spell Shield, Mirror of the Ice Queen. Hello. Enabled if in melee. Direct damage, well, you're gonna be on that sled or you're gonna be on that frost worm, but the Ice Queen definitely deserves her mirror. The mirror. Alrighty, beautiful. That was a really nice find. Well done, everybody. And ooh, wait. New Ataman. Yes, please. And a unwavering +5% Ataman income. Now, we have decent income coming in from Southern Oblast, so I think that'll be the place for this Ataman to go. And I assume that we can't select you yet. Okay, hopefully I don't forget, but once we do select him, we will need to actually, do stuff. Give him items and stuff. That's what I mean by do stuff. Anyway, Witch's Hut. Let's do this again. I guess we could get another Fragmenti. Go for it. And, oh wow, Fragmenti really kind of screws us over, doesn't it? It just disables most of the stuff here. I think, I do like this one as well. In Versus, hit points greater than 50%, melee attack -10, -5. Oh. Whoa, okay, no, we need to get these ones. Typhlosis. That's real nice. Yeah. Alright, this one's next, if I can remember it. Memory, well, melee defense isn't horrible, but 24 is a much bigger, yeah, this one's way better. And this one only activates in melee as well. I'll just get another one of these. Or another 2 of these. Wait, unless we want one of these first, the charge bonus is fine, but I'd rather have the debuffs, especially since they're a little bit more spammable, and I guess we'll get another one of these. Just need more trinkets. Alright, let's check Diplo while we're at it. And correct. Ooh, Jade Court, yes. Yes, that's much better. Let's do this. Gotta try to get an alliance going with them as fast as possible. Krakadrin, I'm gonna continue to ignore. Reichland, yeah, sure, get friendly. We have a bunch of buffs for allying with the Empire, so I feel like we should, to some degree at least, take advantage of those. Bone Rattlers will ignore. Krakadrin. Should we just get into a trade agreement with them? No, let's just do it. We may or may not keep them around, but for now, just do it. They're right beside us, and I'm not so sure that it would be advantageous for us to... Oh, wow. It's a lot of basic slayers. Would have been fun to fight, though. Just obliterate them with spells, but anyway. I might consider it still. You. Are you able to reach the Writhing Fortress? You are not. Well, that's unfortunate. What we could do... Yes, Ruinous, good. Alright, wait. What's the best way to do this? These guys have a limited amount... Well, you don't suffer attrition here. I was thinking transfer the things in the woods to Mother Ostankya and just try the Crown of Claws quest battle while we're here. It's certainly a possibility. Although the other thing is this, we are better off fighting it while in our own territory because I think we still get benefits from being in our own territory when we do. Also, you go to Monolith Vesterlong while you're at it. That should be auto-resolvable, right? It looks auto-resolvable to me. Auto-resolve. Yeah, basically no damage. And occupy. Anything useful out of this? Another tax collector, another wailing banner. That guy's gonna have to be gone after. We got another orthodoxy chapel. We'll take it. And oh, out of curiosity. And we got the discipline one. Hey, what kind do you have? Another tough one? No, it's the Vanguard one. Frankly, well, it's 15%, eh? Maybe we'll just get this discipline one. I was gonna bring him another one, but yeah. This is another one of these Vanguards one, but this is fine. Oh, it does give us the additional Orthodoxy Spawn Cadence, so maybe we won't delete you yet, but we will delete you eventually. For now, we'll get you. Frankly, I'm surprised that all Patriarchs don't have at least one +1 for those guys. For the Orthodoxy, and yeah, no, they don't. You actually have to have the trait. Kind of working against it from within, which is probably not so great. But anyway, alrighty, so what we wanted to do here was this. Technically speaking, wait. We need your stuff as well. So assuming that these guys all become Streltsy. These guys can't become Streltsy anyway. We have more of these here. We have some Kosovite dervishes there. Oh good lord, this is gonna get confusing. Who needs? Okay, you know what, Patriarchs, leave this army. You're in the way. Leave. I'm gonna temporarily put the ice switch in this army, I think. Yeah, all right. You can go into this army right now, like so. Then, assuming we take these out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. We have 11 no, 10. We have 10 spaces because we need another Patriarch in here, most likely. Although, technically speaking, we should have 2 Patriarchs and not 2 Frost Maidens, but I'll just leave it alone for now. So we will need, assuming 3 of these will become little Groms, but the thing is... That's an issue. We don't have them for now, so I guess we could just do Streltsy. Maybe we do like 2 armored Cossars for now. They do share a... They share a tree, do they not? Where are they here? Firing drills. Yeah, maybe we'll do it that way. Alright, fine. We'll do... do we merge that? Nah, they'll heal up. Go into armored Cossars, like so. If we need to transfer them to another army, we'll just do that. And then you will take the higher level ones and then give these guys 1, 2, 3, 4. Take all of this because it doesn't need to be in here. Like so. Alright, now you will get 3 war sleds from this guy. One of these guys, one of your Streltsy will need to become a war sled. And then the rest will need to become Streltsy. So these will need to become eventually Streltsy. Oh, I guess we could trade these off for these 4 because they're higher level and could become Streltsy immediately, can't they? Whereas these guys cannot. Yeah, okay, fine. I guess we can then delete these because they'll just be transferred anyway. Wait a moment. We will be 1 Streltsy. Okay, you know what? Just keep them there. It's starting to get it. That's why I usually do this between the episodes. I think we can get rid of most of these Kislev warriors, at least the lower level ones. They're cheap, but frankly this entire army is supposed to be deleted, and frankly I'd really love to join up with these forces, but you... Well, there's not enough room to take your troops. One of the horse archers needs to be given to Boris Ursus. Actually, wait. You go into March stance... Oh, you can't reach this guy? Well... Wait. Oh, so close. I wanted to transfer him these, but oh well. You have 2... Oh, right, the Akshina. I gotta try to remember this. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you'll need 3 more Akshina. And then that'll be 1, 2, 3 once they actually are ready to become Akshina at level... whatever. 5. Yeah. Alrighty, and these can become Kossars, and yeah, okay, I guess we're not deleting you this turn, are we? Fair enough. A bit annoying, but fair enough. And then you can go here. And then I think one of these guys is a trait I didn't like. Wait, Cunning I do like. We will keep. What about you? You have Kossar Headman, which I don't like. We will delete you. And I gotta double check the Kossars again. Hag Witches, we got 2. We actually should be keeping an eye on these because we'll want one for, well, actually probably 2 for the Akshina army, which is coming in shortly. Alright, that's good enough for now, or at the very least I don't want to look at it anymore, even at the cost of whatever amount of gold that we end up losing. Now, let's keep everybody else moving. Yevgeny, Dmitriev, and Mother Ostankya. Will you, 2 units short, be able to fight? I once again do remember that quest battle being rather tough. But can the enemy handle our spiders? I don't know. I go here and still back off this way. We'll do that. No, but then we won't be able to reach the... damn it. Alright, fine, we'll wait the turn, or whatever. Annoying as it may be. You go here.
Champion of the Motherland.
We'll do it next turn. Not a huge deal. We can transfer the things in the woods to you right now, though, so at least you'll have those for when you fight. I'm almost tempted to transfer Ulrika for the fight just to get the bonus XP, which is certainly another possibility, although starting to get a little bit too much on the single entities there, but only for the one fight I think we might do. Anyway. I assume you wouldn't be able to go back into encamp stance because you just got transferred stuff, so we're not gonna. Alright, so you're good where you are, Borden, you're good where you are, and somewhat annoyed me with all of those units. Atamans are good, Serena Katrin is good. Oh, this Ataman has actually gotten Watchman. And, oh, that's not the new one, is it? No, you have the tax collector and the Ataman's administrator. We have no additional bailiffs, and this guy's coming in next turn, so we just got building. Just gotta make sure not to bankrupt ourselves again. Ooh, definitely go for that harbor. Yeah, this is why I wanted the extra money right now, to get all this good stuff. Can't have everything, though. Nice, this is cheap. Eastern Oblast. Ooh, lots of stuff to be gotten here. Roads, and I guess another one of these farmsteads. And this is our biggest money-making province, so we will have to go the Hallowed Wood. And these are cheap, so we'll upgrade you. These are... ooh, yes, okay, we have to prioritize iron mines. Ooh, wait, we don't have enough money. Anything else we could do for cash right now? Alas, I think not. Could piece out with the bone rattlers, but that's about it. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, fighting those guys would have been another nice thing to do. Ice Court boons. We have 2 now. I was going to go for noble administrators, and I think that's still the case, just to try to move towards ancient dues as fast as possible and get that +2 research rate. It's not anything crazy, but it'll be quite nice for us eventually. Anyway, battles fought against Chaos 70, battles fought against Chaos 65. Why did they care slightly less about us fighting Chaos, huh? I'm not sure. Does it matter? Probably not, but I'm still not sure. Anyway, skip, and end the turn, I assume.
You are the great guardian.
Alright, I forgot we have the Crown of Claws and the Adventures of Gotrek and Felix thing. And I'd love to use this just to spend the Spirit Essence, but I guess we can't right now. Alright, fine, fair enough. End turn. We'll take the Writhing Fortress, or possibly sack the Writhing Fortress. Might actually be worth the extra cash. And then we'll heal up, and then, well, it depends on if we can auto-resolve it or not. And I also assume Fregnus is going to run. Probably could have used the curse mark on him. Yeah, he's going to run. Probably could have used the curse mark on him to prevent him from running, but whatever, all good. Alright, what do we have here? Rationality and Dogma. Diplomatic relations with Empire Kislev and Southern Realms, or leadership in fighting demons of chaos specifically? Yeah, let's go Rationality. We've already had that. And we are nearly to the next boon, and not so nearly to the next boon. Alright. You guys. Gonna hit the Writhing Fortress. Yeah, 19k? Yeah, I think we're gonna sack ya. What do we have in terms of defenses? Close victory. It's kind of garbage there. Does it have... yeah, it has greatly increases the health of towers, meaning it'll be a broken cinematic, unfortunately. Huh, if we... a moment. What if we move you in? And then wait, You two level up
I
before I
do not
forget.
know if the legends
Now, is this still close victory? No, it isn't. Decisive victory, low casualties. Huh, really? Just the addition of these guys? I mean, fair enough. I'm not complaining, not a result. Yeah, a little bit of damage will heal right up, and then we will definitely sack you, and then some of that. Alright. And a Tormentor's Sword. That'll be very nice for our Akshina army. Stop jerks in their tracks. Or possibly our Streltsy army. Occupy. There we go. It's at a lower level, but, you know, that was a big investment, a big chunk of change that we can use for our purposes. I'm going to start with the Orthodoxy Shrine and the Roadhouse as well. The Roadhouse does nothing for the Orthodoxy growth, but it does give us the additional, whatchamacallit. Ah, man, you can hit this, but then will this guy be able to retake the Monolith of Festralung? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. You go here. Oh, you're now out of range of the burning monolith? I should not have done that. This took 25 per campaign movement range, so yeah, he might have been able to reach the monolith here. Damn, we need another army here. That's what we need. Alright, we'll figure this out. First of all, you. Keep going this way. Oh, you could maybe transfer to him your spare troops. Yeah, you know what, we'll do that. I would like you to give one horse archer, right? Let me just double check. Boris. Yeah, Boris horses. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Alright, so give him one horse archer, we'll turn it into a non-horse archer. Alright. Anybody else needs to be transferred? Who are you again? Oh, you're the one with Vanguard, eh? Could have gotten some better ones. Confident? Meh. If you're wondering why I keep going back to Prague here, it's because Prague is currently in the power of the church, which gives us the recruitment rank and here recruitment cost reduction for that particular army. Oh, we'll need to transfer the Akshina and... yeah, there's not enough. Wait. 1, 2, a moment. You already have 2 spiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can get rid of 2 of these spiders. They're not needed. And then we can transfer you to Akshina, but you still needed the other Kossar, so that doesn't fix anything. Really. Well, I guess this guy can afterwards carry them. Alright, fine. Let's give you, at least for now, the 2 Akshina, and I guess 1 of the Kossars. Like so. And if we do... I really just need to delete this guy immediately. Any chance that you could move to... no. I was hoping that this guy could reach Konstantin Bukowski, but it looks like not this turn. Fair enough. You need to just transfer what you can and then delete the rest. So transfer both of these Kossars with spears, and... well, I do like the level of these Kislevite warriors. You have any... nah, they're also reasonably well leveled. These 4 we were going to turn into... winged hussars, or winged lancers. In fact, swap one out with a horse archer so that they can be swapped out later. Give them the Kossars, and then I guess give them 1 more of the Kislevite warriors. Good enough, I think. I'm a little bit concerned about needing more Kislevite warriors for another army, but it is what it is. I just need to delete this guy now because it's costing us insane amounts of cash. And sorry to the Fellbats, but we'll get more Fellbats at some point. Alright, there we go. Alright, beautiful. Not worth the hit to the econ. You need to move up here and try to get to Boris first. He's been hankering for those feral ice bears. And then whatever else he needs, the other cav unit. So wait, assuming that these guys... oh, right, we have more Kossars in this army. Huh. Okay, that's good. I forgot about those. And then I like this cunning guy. I think we're going to put him into this sort of melee army, I guess. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave the rest of them where they are. I know that was a bit too much admin, but it is what it is. Yevgeny Dmitriev, you're stuck where you are. Ataman Mazarov. Ooh, I just remembered. I'd love to get court sanctioned here, but I think we're gonna wait. We don't need the capacity for patriarchs, and I don't think we need the... we need court sanctioned right now. Let's get you distributor, get you growing. And then, let's see. You've leveled up as well, sir. You already have the You already have... Ooh, yes, but you have ambassador now. Beautiful. Diplomatic relations with all factions. That's going to be helpful. And then the other guy didn't level? Oh, he also leveled. Everybody's leveling today. You can get into foreman, sir. And then the new guy, the newest Ataman, you will not have leveled, but what you will need is your ancillaries, meaning tax collector, meaning... Well, probably not Nomad's Riding Master, because of Idkasar. Ataman administrator, there we go. I think that's the only thing that we have or need there. All right, let's get to building. Oh, thank you to Archie for building another nice, for building us a nice territory to sack and let's get a lot of cash out of. We really needed it. We're going to go for the Orthodoxy oubliette here. Lots of extra Orthodoxy support and no hero capacity. And double hero capacity, rather, but no devotion, but whatever, it's fine. We will deal and keep making everything that gives us money right now. You're also no longer recruiting, so you can switch to actually, no. Your devotion is good. Switch to Awaken the Land to make more money. Southern Oblast, I already checked you. Yeah, build the tribal bivouac. Recruitment cost for all armies is useful, and then the same thing here for the Woodworkers Guild for construction costs faction-wide. I think we can now delete the Watch Patrol here. Even if Troika attacks, I think we'll be okay. Karakaraziak, upgrade you. What about here? Help it. No, I don't want more Ice Court support right now. Although, they're actually starting to get close, so maybe we will want more Ice Court support shortly. 52 versus 30. Did I go overboard? Okay, you know what? Maybe that Ataman actually needs to level up, or else it'll start going the other way around. Wait, battles fought against Chaos 20, battles fought against Chaos 7? Weird. Why did it... Okay, I don't know. We'll take a look at it next turn. And don't build anything here, then. It was too concerning. We even have some money left over. Alrighty, Tyranny Katrin, you are not moving yet, and, well, you can't reach this place anyway, so go here to the edge of this territory, and you'll hit Silver Pinnacle. Ooh, and Silver Pinnacle has that gem mine. Oh, yes. We'll also probably upgrade your guys into armored Kossars for now, at least until they're ready to be Ice Guard, which is going to be in a bit. Alright, anybody else need to move? Where are you again? Okay, it's one of the cunning heroes. I checked the heroes of the Patriarch variety, but not of the Hag variety. But I'm not super happy with those. I do like the cunning and the disciplined ones of death, but that's not what we wanted in this particular case. All right, Boris. Right. I forgot that you wanted to move, but you couldn't move because you are now out of range. You know what you can do, though? You can go into ambush stance outside of your settlement because you can maybe lure this guy in. And you are immune to chaos attrition, so you don't care about that. Atamans can be ignored, Boris is good where he is, and I believe we are good to go minus Diplo. Diplo, we'll check you real quick. Great Orthodoxy, ready to go into military alliance. 35% 35 Confederation, not too bad. You know what? Do it. I think it's the only way that we'll be able to confederate them. We'll go into military alliance like so. Yes. Which will give us vision. And we'll see what he's doing here. He's fighting Felman Ingerson, and there's a decent likelihood that he might lose an army this way. We could also declare war on him and tell him to go after these guys. He's never going to take the Tower of Crack. It is very well defended, however. I wish that all the Chaos territories didn't have that greatly increases thing, because that prevents us from doing a cinematic fights. And oh! These guys are around here as well, eh? You know what, we'll skip it for now, but shortly we'll probably once again declare war on a bunch of factions and then have them hopefully join us by virtue of it. I hope I'm not wrong about any of this. Anyway, Iron River Stone nearly completed, building upgrade outpost available, not with Castelton. Let's end the turn. Wait, do we need to stop anybody in their tracks? I don't think so in turn. We could also keep this around for emergencies in case like a full stack comes close to our territory. Might actually be a better use of that. Did I do the trinket thing this turn? I don't know, damn it. Well, I guess we'll do it next turn. And we'll probably fight another one of these quest battles next turn as well. Alright, are we good here? 0. Oh! There's no overflow? Like it'll go to 100, but then it won't, Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Construction cost -5 for all buildings. Mother Ostankya, ready for duty. This guy didn't quite fall for it, but it's somewhat fallen for it. Technology researched, great. And I would like to switch now to Hardened by Winter in order to get that immunity to chaos attrition.
The land, the tale,
It's been
the cities.
annoying us for far too long. Oh, we have it here at the Tower of Torment. You know what? You can meet up with Boris by going this way and then grabbing the Tower of Torment for us. Maybe that'll be better. You'll suffer a little bit of attrition, but hopefully you'll be fine. Borden Ripkin, I was actually going to have you do it, but you are now going to get the rest of your troops. They're going to go here. Actually, you know what? This is all technically admin, so I think I'll delete you as soon as they've stopped moving. Let's do a fight. Huh, wait. This guy reachable? No, he's not reachable. Wait. He is reachable. Alrighty, by you. Ostankya, you're going to reinforce in march stance, assuming that there's nobody else here. But only after you fight. So, we're going to leave the settlement. Then we're going to go to Witch's Hut, and I wanted one of these. Typhlosis. Create. What else do we have as options? Spell Mastery, Missile Resistance, Power Recharge. I'm going to go... just do another Agony Succession. And then... Incarnate's Wrath isn't bad. Let's do Incarnate's Wrath. Alright, and because we can, just one of these. How are we doing? Next one is in 136 more. I'd love to spend that Coven's Curse Mark, but I don't see anybody that we can spend it on in either way. And let us fight the Battle for the Crown of Claws as soon as we've leveled up. Reassuring Presence. And let's level up the Hags. Oh, and I wanted to trade Ulrika for this, but now I'm thinking that if we do, the movement range will be iffy because we won't be able to... Yeah, alright, fine. Just gonna have to sit this one out. Alright. Anything here? I guess we'll start moving through Pan's Impenetrable Pelt. And what do we got here? Pit of Shades, Occam's Mind Razor. You know what? Double up on the Enfeebling Foe. I remember this battle as it was tough the last time I fought it, and what I remember from it is the fact that we will want to debuff the enemy lords as it's a battle that involves targeting them and killing them as soon as you can. Get Fata Biuna. Patriarch, you can get Healer to get the bonus hit points, cooldown for Saliak's Lullaby, and more replenishment. And then you can go through, I guess, Inviolable into Enduring Devotion. Oh, that was unfamiliar. Passive ability, melee defense +5, leadership, and immunity to psychology for nearby units. You, Golden Knight. I guess we'll go through these three, buff up our Lord further. Not quite to Tsarena's Guardian, unfortunately, but okay. And not to worry, you'll guard the Tsarina eventually, before Ostankya moves away. Flock of Doom, Wild Heart, and then Evasion, just in case we get surrounded or hit by, as I recall, Carnosaurs are present in this particular fight. Alright, that's about it, assuming that there are no further boons. And the one I really wanted was... Wait. This, Battle Sermons. Effect range plus 100% for Kislevite battle prayers, and effect duration plus 50% for Kislevite battle prayers. That's a very, very strong buff. I love it. And actually, now that these are kind of caught up to each other, in fact, we're getting more from Orthodoxy support, that probably means we can build one of these, because we want more of those hero capacities for Frost Maidens. Frankly, we're going to need a lot of those. Even though the upkeep production and the money from that is great. Helpit is a great military location, however, because, I mean, it's never going to make a ton of money, so, yeah. Anyway, Ostankya, time to go. Crown of Claws. Reading time. Mother Ostankya's eyes glaze over as she is suddenly overcome by a torrent of whispers from the spirits of the land. In hallucination, she scries a cave somewhere in the distant mountains where deep within sits a cavern of rare ice crystals, a place thrumming with the ancient magic of the land concentrated in dozens of glimmering stalagmites and stalactites. A single shard of one of these formations could be a powerful centerpiece for Ostankya's crown, augmenting her influence over the spirits who facilitate her frightening spells. Yet as she drifts out of her vision, she also makes out a cacophony of monstrous roars, shrieks, and howls. Something feral awaits. Teleport. Alright, decisive defeat, casualties high. We got, the lords that we have to assassinate. And yes, I did correctly remember. Carnosaurs. So. Which one of these is going to be the strongest? I'm going to assume the one with Carnosaurs, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna assume the one with Carnosaurus. So we'll put the Typhlosis on him because it's a massive debuff. Like so. Then we'll use Fragmenti on the other two to start them on damage. Then we have plenty of the Agony Succession, in fact, various versions of it. We will probably want to put these on the infantry units. And these is what? Charge bonus? We could put those on the Feral Carnos if we wanted to. Physical resistance, these guys have no base physical resistance. Sisters of Slaughter and... yeah, these should though. So this 1, 2, 3. We gotta use them somewhere. Yeah, why not? 1, 2, 3. Use them all. I mean, maybe we want to save some for the Gotrek and Felix fight. No, that one just keeps spawning units. The base, the start is kind of... whatever. What do we have in terms of buffs? Incarnate's Wrath, I do like the bonus physical resistance, and if it's enabled in melee, but it's time spent in melee, so that would be good for maybe the... Okay, wait. Mass plus 100, massive mass on the thing in the woods. Is there anything that would be really nice to buff the Golden Knight? We could speed her up with Unburdened Step. Massive damage increase. She doesn't have fire damage, though. 20% on 20%. It's not too bad. What do we have here? Hag's Denial, damage resistance, and cannot die if we... oh, it's an actual ability, eh? That's kind of interesting. I don't think anybody's likely to die. Spirited Away summons Elemental Bear, but we have to take sufficient damage for that to be doing something. I'm gonna say we'll get the Bear's Bulwark and that Mass and Charge bonus on maybe you. Incarnate's Wrath, physical resistance, and melee attack. Is that better? How much melee attack do you have? 55? Oh, that's actually quite low. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's do melee attack on the Golden Knight. Bonus damage maybe on the Mordheim Beowulfs. Let's do that. And range, I mean, that would help the Hags do a little bit more damage, but I frankly don't expect them to do too much here. And the Devastating Flanker, I guess we could put it on one of these guys, but... yeah, maybe. Why not? Put it on the second one. Alright, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get, or at the very least I don't see the need for any of the others at the current time. Oh, wait, did we have 2 of those? I guess we could put another one of these. In fact, put it on these 2, we'll use them to hit around the enemy, and then the rest I think we'll just ignore. Alright, should be pretty fun, I think. Go. The spirits of the old land have revealed a great power to Ostankya, but alas, her prize is under threat. A black ark has been spotted nearby. Dark elves from Nagaroth searching for new beasts to tame. They have already made their way inland and are dangerously close to the crystals she has come to harvest. Or perhaps the cave harbors something else that they desire. Having foreseen her opposition, Mother Ostankya knows she must beat them to the cave in the mountains at all costs.
A great reservoir of magic lurks below, revealed to me by the spirits of home. The entrance is close, but so too come the 3 Beastmasters, just as foretold. The Nagarothi are as children in their weakness to corruption by power. They may cower behind their beasts of burden, but they must never enter that cave. To the spirit realm with you, creatures! I will send your masters into the dirt. Then at the last, the cave's guardian to slay. Fire up, my cauldron daughters! You know the horrors of the deep forest. You know what lies in store for those who oppose me. Take heart, for today I am on your side.
I like how she keeps making those speeches to basically spiders and Beowulfs and her hag daughters. That's basically all that's in this army. Well, I guess that one patriarch, as somebody amusingly commented in the comments of a previous episode. Anyway, here we go. As I've said, I've done this particular quest battle before, unlike the Hex quest battles, and I know what to do. We need to assassinate the 3 enemy lords as the reinforcements will keep coming, and their own armies as well, but they will shatter if the enemy lords are shattered. So, we have separated our army into 3 distinct blobs here. The Incarnate Elemental, together with the Mordheim Beowulfs, will advance towards Lord 1, while the spiders distract them. Here, the spiders will move together with the Patriarch and with the Golden Knight, who will go after the other Lord, and then Ostankya and her 4 hags will go after the Lord in the center. Spiders will, of course, lead their way to the fray, and we'll see how effective they are against the Witch Elves and, well, enemy spiders. A little bit of spider-on-spider action at last. Too bad we can't immediately turn these spiders to our own sides, as that might be neat. Frankly, I don't even understand how the Dark Elves managed to tame these spiders. But I suppose if the forest goblins managed to do it, I guess it makes sense that these guys managed to do it as well. Anyway, how's the battle looking? The enemy lord is already routing, terrified from the thing in the woods and the Mordheim Beowulfs. Over in the center, Ostankya and the hags have found the enemy lord and dropped all the spells that they could that were single target upon him, basically every single one, and have gotten him down to about half of his HP and are still attacking in melee/range as well. Otherwise, the Golden Knight is still fighting the enemy lord and having a little bit of trouble, perhaps due to relatively low melee attacks still. We obviously haven't put in any points into the Golden Knight's actual fighting capabilities, and only the stuff that buffs our army and our lord, which makes sense as to why she doesn't hit nearly as hard as she eventually will. The rest of the enemy army is still very much getting distracted by spiders all over the place and can't really reposition themselves. And by the looks of it, the Golden Knight has shattered the enemy lord. And I believe that was actually the 3rd of the enemy lords. The first was, or the center lord was defeated by Ostankya, and this one just got chased down by the thing in the woods. There we go. 3 of the enemy lords defeated, and thus all of their armies will book it on out of there before they were able to summon significant reinforcements. The last time I played it, there were, I don't know, stegodons and I think more carnosaurs and a bunch of other stuff that made its way onto the battlefield. Now with the 3 lords defeated, they were masters of their own armies, but they had a master of their own, or perhaps just the master of drakes, who has brought a single Chaos Frost Dragon, which admittedly to us now is not that big of a concern. And frankly, neither is the Lord. Though I guess the Scourge Runner Chariot Mount will be a little bit of decent melee damage. And Mother Ostankya booking it forward. I love how fast she moves. And I love the fact that she can actually act as a chariot. Her hag daughters still move reasonably quick at 81, but they can't go uphill nearly as well because they don't have Strider unless Ostankya buffs them up a little bit. Anyway, we're surrounding the enemy lord now, who's going to start taking spells as we will once again activate those Omen of Spirits, buffing up our spell mastery by 60%, and getting ready to use everything we have. Melkot's Mystifying Miasma, Fate of Biuna, and Spirit Leech, and I think that's it for the damaging ones. Or at least whatever's on cooldown. But it's more than enough as the enemy lord takes about 70, 80, 90% of his HP and calls for that dragon's help. It seemed like the dragon was peeling away towards the rest of our army, which is backed off. And perhaps wanting to get its dragon breath out, but, well, it clearly didn't pan out because its lord would have died first. In fact, we will still want to kill off the enemy lord, and I do wonder whether the dragon will similarly shatter should its master be killed off. And here comes the charging incarnate. Huh, is this a desync? I actually think that the lord was dead at this point. Not that it matters over much. Because the Frost Dragon is surrounded, here comes that roar, and with that, both of the enemy units will shatter, and the battle will be ours. Lovely. That heroic victory, yeah, went very well for us, so once again, it's a lot easier when the quest battle isn't the first time that you do it. There are a bunch of quests that are like this, wherein if you don't know what's going to happen, they can be really difficult, but then when you do, not so much. Was it a lizard one? I remember... Or was it against lizards? Well, there are certainly some out there. Anyway, fun fight. Damn, look at that XP. Yeah, sorry, Ulrika, you really missed out on that one, but at least the Golden Knight got a lot of that, and Ostankya did as well, which means she, wow, up to level 46, very nice, and plenty, I'm sure, transferred to other lords. Anyway, a lovely little fight, a lot easier than I remember it being, I think, by virtue of the fact that I actually knew what was going to happen this time, as opposed to the first time I fought it during the Serena Katrin campaign, so, yeah. That makes it a lot more doable. Plus, I suppose that when I did an SFO, and SFO likely makes it more difficult as well, due to the fact that units are more fragile in vanilla, and thus you can sort of rush an enemy and obliterate them a lot faster than you can in SFO, generally speaking. And, well, we clearly did that here. Anyway, a little bit of money, a little bit of healing. Neither one is significant enough for us to worry about, so I think we're gonna go... Oh, actually, you know what? We'll take the bit of healing because we'll auto-resolve this little fight here. Alright, Druki Destroyer for you, good, and there's the Crown of Claws. Missile resistance in area, which will be good for the hags, as they are sticking around near Mother Ostankya, the veteran warrior. More casualty or punishment, and more money. Lovely. Then, you are still able to move in, so Ostankya, you will move in to reinforce. And then we'll hunt down this little Warriors of the Apocalypse army, and then proceed to going after Bastion Nightbane. I assume this is his last territory as well, which is good. Alright, just out of curiosity. Okay, well, auto-resolve this and hope that none of the spiders actually die. Yeah, the auto-resolve does not like those spiders, which is a shame. And then I guess we are going to have to take the pardon cap, just take the money. Alright, you're gonna suffer attrition, but fortunately not enough to be super concerning, and... I'm gonna... Actually, no, it's a bad idea. Don't put you into ambush, you two just stick around here. Ostankya won't take any attrition. Terrifying Mask of E, we can hopefully turn into something more useful, and maybe even right now. Spell Shield or Obsidian Shield, kind of Featherfoot Torque I'd like to keep, actually, for the flying army. Now we can't turn into something more useful. We really could use a lot more items. We don't have enough. But it's fine. Ish. Fine-ish. Alrighty, now that we're done that, building, and Atamaning, and whatever else we want to do here. So, you've leveled up your first level. Also, 20 and 20. Okay, so the battles fought against Chaos is at least even. Though the Ice Court is still ahead, it's getting better than it was before. Any of the other Ottomans leveled up? Yeah, they seem to be leveling every turn, which is working out nicely for us. Distributor for now. Or should we start heading through... This is at level 10. Nah, you know what, let's get the Ice Court support. 10, 20, 11... 20, 26, 11. So yeah, now we'll have 15 from the Ottomans. Oh, I forget. Well, no, the character traits are even. Alright, gotta be careful there. What about you? You are still going through Foreman. Good, and then we should have one more Ottoman, and if they're all leveling... Oh, okay, this guy didn't level. Well, screw you too. Alrighty, you. Trade units now. We've been waiting for this. Take all the war sleds, then take... Okay, wait. Swap these out because they're going to become Streltsy. That's 20 out of 20, so... one thing I don't like about this... Oh, right, this army was made... maybe too many of these guys? What do you think about this? So, you... Okay, one of you will become a... I hate to lose a high veterancy one, but I do want more war sleds. I suppose instead of the armored Cossars, we could just use more war sleds. There is that as well. Maybe that's the better way to do this army. Because then it's all Streltsy, and then we can use the regular... Yeah, you know what, I like that idea better. Well, with the also the possibility of putting more units in. And this Frostmaiden is going to leave the army, eventually, once we find a better army for her to be in. Probably, ideally a more expensive army, because she has the double reductions, but for now, lose the Cossars, gain the Cossars. Lose the Cossars, gain the Cossars. Like so. This will all make sense eventually. Then, we take you, and we will upgrade you to Streltsy. Wait, we will upgrade you to Streltsy, we'll upgrade you to War Sled. Assuming that... Wait. First, upgrade all of you to Streltsy. Can any of you... You need to be rank 5 to upgrade AF. Fine. Well, this guy's rank 6. He's almost rank 7, and I'm kind of inclined to keep him. Are you guys able to be Streltsyable? No, not yet. Eventually. Streltsyable. Alright, well, whatever. We'll just, well... Yeah, fine. It's gonna bother me otherwise. We'll do that. Like so. Then we have 4 war sleds, a ton of Streltsy. These guys are also going to be some Streltsy, and then some of these will be upgraded to heavy war sleds to act on the front line a little bit more with their armor. There's a decent likelihood to replace at least some of these guys. 3 with little Groms or 2 with little Groms, we'll see. And then possibly some beasts of some kind. It's just that none of them really fit in this army, as it's a range sort of focused army, so I gotta think about it. Did I check the Hag Witches this turn? Strategist and aggressive, fleet-footed and knowledgeable, don't like either of those. Alright, either of you have moved. Borden Ribkin is now, I believe, ready to go, minus whatever we do, but we don't have the ability to build little Groms yet, so we're not doing so. Ataman Boris, right. Heal off this guy, and then afterwards you can move to Burning Monolith. Oh, Archie's back. Good for Archie. We'll get one more fight against him, I guess, eventually. Alright, now to resolve this, we're not going to use any of the hexes, although I don't remember whether I did so this turn. I'm pretty sure I did. Boris already has magical attacks. Strider I like on you. Rampager standard... no, wait, magic on you, and then... Does Boris have Strider? Oh, well, do that for now. Money, or possibly... Actually, do the devotion here. Yeah, the Ritual Enforcer, nice. More Orthodoxy stuff per turn. A Vagabond, don't care, at least not for now. Boris, you can... Well, don't need to encamp. Start moving this way towards the Burning Monolith. Looks like it'll take 2 turns, but maybe Archie will start moving down here, so that's just fine. Don't collect the income here because we need the devotion much more. It's only +4 for not collecting it. Ugh, it's not that much. But it is what it is. The rest of you, I believe, are good. We're nearly ready to end the turn. Serena Catron, you're going to head to the Silver Pinnacle. These guys are currently at war with Disciples of Hashut. I fear what we shouldn't do is... I mean, obviously we can ask the Disciples of Hashut to join this. I'm just not... Well, let's see how much money they're willing to offer this. Nah, not worth it. It'll piss off Grimgor, and I wasn't intending to attack him at the current time, so yeah. Oh. Declare war. And... draw the Orthodoxy in, yes.
They invite death.
Alrighty, and this is... Really, this is a close victory again? You know what? To make it not so close. It's gonna be costly, but we'll do these into armored Cossars, and then we'll transfer them out and stuff afterwards. Are you able to Winged Lancer? You are not. We still need 2 more kitties in this army as well. You guys. Go for armored Cossars. You guys can stay, and then you guys can go armored Cossars as well. Alright, that should make it more auto-resolvable, yes? No, still close victory. Damn it. I did that to try and save cash, and it didn't really work. And why the heck would the Kossars take more damage when they would be behind the shorter... I don't know. We get a standard of the empty stuff, and the Frostworms got hurt as well, more so than the cats, which is also quite interesting. Occupy the place. I'm hoping we can keep the gem mine. Fantastic. Collect the income. We're gonna need it. Alright, Market Square. Vanguard deployment. I don't know, will Serena Catron have Vanguard deployment on the war sled? She will not. Yeah, but we would want a Banner of Swiftness on her anyway, so it, still. Alright, you guys are ready to go. Well, we can't be deleting you. Wait. Yeah, we can't be deleting you like the other guy, at least not yet. And I believe we just have building, and then we can continue to go forward. Not that we really have much time left in terms of this episode, frankly, we're pretty much out of time, but just want to see if anything interesting happens with the end turn. And I guess I could leave at least some of the admin, like moving troops around, for between the episodes, so it's better to end the turn and... to allow for it. Alright, let's upgrade the Hallowed Woods and the farm estates everywhere we can. Skull Road, we can... it doesn't really matter who we prioritize. Southern Oblast, we'll ignore. River Urskoy, we deleted something. We could do the Ice Guard upkeep reduction. We can't build them yet. So that doesn't really help us all that much. We could do the recruitment cost reduction, the Ungol Consulate, which will give us recruitment cost all armies reduction, and possibly should be built everywhere. It will allow us to get to tier 4 faster as well, which will allow us to build it. Yeah, fine. We'll do it. Tier 4 faster will mean getting the various things here faster. Bloodfire Falls we'll ignore, and the Blood Marshes we will, I guess, ignore as well. It's still losing public order. Well, you know what? Build the level 2s here at least. I think we'll forego level 3, but at least the level 2s. And I'd love to build you up, but yeah, for now. For now. Diplomacy, I don't remember whether we checked this turn. No, we did not. Or, oh, Itza, hello. Oh, we got good stuff now. I'm glad I checked. Itza, definitely go for the alliance. There's no real purpose to fighting you, especially with the yellow territories here. And it looks like you're in trouble. Quite a bit of trouble. Which is fine for us. We could always teleport down to the Emerald Pools. Nordland again. Do we just want to do a temporary defensive alliance with them? There's a decent likelihood that they will die, and that'll give us another trinket available. Hey, no, let's do it. Just for the trinket. Plus, it'll give us vision up here, so I would like to see that. Yeah, there we go, more vision. Hans Marshals Kurun, everybody wants to trade with us, and we do want the additional money. Hans Marshals, sure, though Mazda Mundi won't like that, and Itza might also not like it. Well, whatever. Trading with everybody right now. And Marienburg is frankly dead, so I think I'd rather save it for Kurun. In fact, we could do non-aggression pact and then trade agreement with them. Like so. Alright, that was all much needed. And I'll ignore Marienburg, and yeah, nobody wants a defensive alliance with us. Nobody trusts the hag. Alright, new trinket, and I guess we'll check that out next turn. Still haven't been able to use that Coven's curse mark on anybody. Oh. We could keep this guy here. Although the other result might not allow it, just to not allow him to run. We do have the higher version of this now, do we not? But is this the empowered version? No, this is the empowered version. Oh, this is in our own territory. Enemy army in your game. I mean, it makes sense for Kislev, who are defensive-minded, but unfortunate. Raiding at the Monolith of Festerlung. Oh, that was the guy that's now gone. And the rest of this is fine, so we'll skip here and on moved, outpost available, end turn. Well, let's see if anything interesting happens, anybody attacks, etc. Stelton, you... wait. How's that Confederation looking? 25, alright, so... the Drippin' Fangs War Declaration helped a little bit. If they lose a stack, they'll do it. I was hoping to forego having a bunch of war declarations, but we could declare war, for example, on pretty much everybody in Lustria, and, well, they'll never be able to reach us, at least not until we transport ourselves or teleport ourselves to one of their, or to their only magical forest. Anyway, it looks like nobody will attack us this turn, which I guess works out for us. And with that, other search for the Nemesis Crown. And with that, folks, we are out of time, and I'm going to call the episode here. Over the course of this episode, we managed to essentially fix our economy. Still looking pretty good in terms of the Orthodoxy and the Ice Court support, though the Orthodoxy has massively caught up, and we now might want to delete a few of their buildings, and maybe even replace them with Ice Court buildings instead. Boris is near to Archie, and I would say there's a decent likelihood that he'd be willing to fight, which should be pretty fun. We'll kill off this free little army here, and then kill off these guys, and then we'll probably start building up defenses in this location, as I don't think we will move at least to Ostankya southward through Grimgor's territories for now. We've done enough work here. Tsarina Katrin will start moving towards the Badlands, or the Darklands rather. And we're probably, there's a decent likelihood we're going to have to fight Draika. She really dislikes us. It's a bit of a shame, but I don't think that there's any way that we can avoid it. I might consider adding the mod that'll just allow us to recruit malevolent tree spirits, because I was banking on kind of allying with Draika, but if it's not going to happen, then we may have to counteract it. Anyway, I digress. We're out of time. Calling it here. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially the threshold for the longer episodes. Gotta go after this guy as well. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.